Welcome back to Life to the Max. You know, it's amazing what you can find in Alaska any time of the year. Even more amazing when the adventuresome spirit of Dan Monskey arrives there for better than a week.
There's a place, a whale of a place, teeming with action-packed thrills and excitement. I'm talking about Alaska. It surpasses any other state with impressive statistics, like being the largest of the 50 states, the state with the most coastline, having the highest mountain in the entire continent of North America, and the list goes on. This is a place of incredible beauty, awe, and extreme wonder on a grand scale.
We drove in here this morning from Anchorage, and it's just absolutely gorgeous coming down the highway, and then you just see the grand majesty of this mountain just take your breath away.
For most visitors to the park, Mount McKinley, the largest mountain in North America, is a place where they can travel into 6 million acres of wilderness and see grizzly bears, and caribou, and moose, and wolves out in the wilderness. The mountain was originally named Mount McKinley. 1980, the park was actually expanded from 2 million acres to 6 million acres, and the name was changed to the historical Athabascan name for the mountain, which is Denali. Denali is kind of a cool name to say. It just has a certain ring to it.
If you have a chance to pay the mountain a personal visit like this, as you see it, you'll hear its name ringing through your mind.
The high one, the high one, the high one.
These granite walls we're flying past are about 5,000 feet tall, so nearly a vertical mile of relief here. And right underneath us, they've measured the ice at over 3,400 foot thick.
You do get an amazing perspective from the air, but getting out of the plane, actually walking around on the ice,
Welcome to the glaciers.
gives you a whole different perspective for just how high the mountains are.
What an incredible ride and an incredible place.
Everyone's blown away when they get here on a cloudy day, on a sunny day, fresh snow, no snow, wind, rain, sunshine. Yeah, everyone loves it.
There's so much to see in the Alaska range. You know, 50-mile-long glaciers and mile-high granite walls. You know, I've been up there over 10,000 times, but it's different every time. I mean, every time we go up there, the lighting's different, the snow is different. You know, just the environment's just always changing.
For someone who works every day in this environment, sharing the beauty is a big reward.
For me, showing people around is the thrill of it all.
Alaska is the place if you want to be dazzled and amazed by nature. Scenic valley and mountain views are at every turn of the head. And the wildlife? Alaska abounds with an array of impressive living creatures.
People come to Alaska and they go to Denali, but you can actually see more wildlife right here in Anchorage. We have a huge diverse array of wildlife, and we have very healthy populations of large mammals here that are really visible. In town, we have black and brown bears that are resident in Anchorage within the municipality. We're really lucky. We're surrounded by a large, vast wilderness, which is Chugach State Park. And we also have large tracts of city park that has bears, both black and brown bears in it. We also have a lot of salmon, which does attract brown bears into town more so than black as well. So bears are pretty common in neighborhoods, and your best defense from a bear, if you don't remember anything, you know, remember, don't run. So most bear attacks are defensive attacks where people have approached too closely, whether on purpose or inadvertently, and startled a bear.
But there are creatures in Alaska that just captivate your attention without instilling fear if you can see them.
If you're down on Turnagain Arm, if you're lucky, sometimes you can actually see doll sheep on the cliffs above the highway there.
What are they like, since you usually see them way up, you know, little specks?
The doll sheep, the rams develop large curled horns. The females actually have horns as well, but they're smaller and they don't develop into a curl. Usually by the 8 years old, a doll sheep will actually have a full curl, so the curl goes 360 all the way around. The reason why there are so many doll sheep there is because there's a natural mineral lick. And so the sheep are drawn into that mineral lick to obtain minerals that they need.
Alaska is a wonderland of nature, but it's also a playground of adventure.
There's so much stuff to do out here, from sea kayaking to hiking, sometimes hunting, skiing, that you know, we're just a part of that.
You could get lost and distracted by the beauty and the breadth of adventures.
Working on Prince William Sound out of Whittier puts us pretty close to a couple of truly beautiful corners of the world. Only 25 miles out of town. There's 2,500 miles of coastline available here, and would take a lifetime to see it all.
That's just the coastline in this part of Alaska. There's more than double that in the entire state. And the glaciers, there's 34,000 square miles of them. Visiting them in any way will truly instill a sense of astonishment.
This glacier is so massive that it's actually really hard to grasp how big it is. We get these massive forces at play here that have carved this state. We are less than 25 miles from a fjord system that exists only a couple places in the world. And it's because of these glaciers that pushed through here and carved these U-shaped valleys. Once they melted back, it all filled with seawater, and it's just really amazing to be on a glacier that used to be a part of this fjord system. It's the last remnant of Ice Age 10,000 years ago.
Glaciers offer the opportunity for a hands-on adventure experience like nothing else.
Part of, I think, an ice climbing trip like this is learning about yourself and learning what you are capable of. I think being on this glacier here, it makes you feel tiny, and that's an amazing perspective to have.
I come from northern Minnesota, and you always hear that, hey, this is all carved by glaciers. Well, you don't see the glaciers anymore, so you don't know what that means. You come out here, these are the glaciers, and you go, this is active glacial stuff happening right here.
Alaska's environment is impressive, but its adventure diversity is beyond amazing.
It's a foot-launched form of aviation. You know, we consider ourselves pilots. I guess it'd be the lightest aircraft you can fly, whether it's one person or two in a tandem situation. That you kind of experience a freedom of flying around that most people don't get with their feet on the ground. It's pretty unique. We're right in between the ocean and the glaciers in back of us, and we get 2,000 vertical feet. Most of the time, you know, people are a little apprehensive on launch, and then 3, 2, 1, run, and we start running, the glider comes up, and they take off into the air, and they sit down in that seat, and it takes about 3 seconds, and they go, wow, this is so cool.
It's just so serene and peaceful, beautiful. But you put it in an environment spectacular like Alaska with glaciers and mountains and such, it just adds so much to it. Alaska has a sense of wildness and adventure about it that adds very much to the serenity and beauty of paragliding. Makes it really special.
There are thrilling, stomach-tingling experiences in Alaska and challenging terrestrial ones as well. There are a variety of environments in which to play.
So this looks like the deepest spot.
Yeah, it should be okay.
Every time you come back here, it's different. There's some days are dry and dusty, other days are wet and get stuck all the time. And every time it's a challenge to get back here, and it's just one of those things. And all the things you see along the way, from the berries to the plants to the critters, you see wolves and coyotes and bears and anything else you can imagine. It's like a long trip of smelling the roses the whole way you get back here.
As we pinball our way through life, this is the same sentiment that makes the challenges and hardships of our lives interesting and rewarding. Because along the way, wherever we go, there are incredible and unforgettable experiences and opportunities. We just need to stop and smell the roses.
For more information on Life to the Max, go to our website at lifetothemax.tv.